Anyway, so if you're not aware of what an item categorizer is, where is my demo setup? Right here. So basically an item categorizer is a system where you have a full double chest of items, and then every single one of these items can be something entirely different. So you could have one set up for just all of your redstone supplies, and that would be great. Right now, these are all just set up as like, you know, filler tester chests, just to, you know, proof of concept the system. So then a hopper minecart comes through the area and it picks out one of these items. So that would reduce us to a signal strength of 1 instead of signal strength of 2. That unlocks the cell, and then the item gets put back into the chest, and then your hopper minecart gets unloaded into that cell. And then the hopper minecart only transports one item type at a time. That's how it works, basically. It's pretty simple, but there's like a bajillion different ways of doing that. It's pretty... Wow, that was incredibly loud. It's pretty similar to multi-item sorters, except for this one, the chests on the front don't have to have anything in them, so you only have to configure one chest on the back. That also means it's a lot less dense, so all of these chests are set up to the 50 different items that you have in here, and they're not going to be organized, and the hoppers can be filled up. So there's a couple cons to it, but personally, it's a fun challenge, and I've been enjoying messing with it. So we have 3 different concepts for the system, technically 2, but I also made another multi-item sorter. Also, Diagonal, thank you for gifting a sub to Borenzo. Much appreciated. Enjoy your gift to sub, and thank you, Diagonal, for gifting 250 subs in the channel. That's just way too many. You gotta stop that. That's like, hold up. That's way too much. That's like, how much money are you spending over here? That's too many. Hold on. Factor in the taxes, carry the 3, and then yeah, that's way too. Stop. This is way too much. Stop it. You're banned. You're gonna go into the timeout corner of Casper. I don't know how many he did, but it's still too many. Jeez. No more reverse Uno card for Liz. If people abuse the timeout powers, then they get a reverse Uno card to protect them from the ban timeouts. But if it's once every now and again, that's not too big of a deal. Anyway, so this is a system that I showed the other day. This is like a tiny little, it's not really tiny, but it's like a medium-sized system, and this works pretty well. And I'm not going to explain too much about it because we already took a look at that in the previous live stream. But we were also mainly focused on building this tiny multi-item sorter that we were working on. And we actually got it really far along. We built this system right here. This works perfectly fine. Somehow I broke it. I don't know. I accidentally reloaded the structure block and it reverted, and the timings are wonky now. So I don't know what the timings were. And timings are pretty important. But it doesn't matter because we're not using this one anyway. There's another method that I should have started with from the beginning. Instead of having a dropper, you just have a hopper, because like that's, yeah, much easier. It does make it a little bit more expensive, but it's not that big of a deal. It makes the redstone way simpler. Like, way simpler. Okay, so this is the redstone for this system. You get that shenanigans, you got that thing, get all that, you get the piston and the, yeah. The new one is just like literally a redstone line. It's about as simple as you can get. It's really as simple as you can get. No changing my coordinates for a minute. Okay. Okay. Got a flash freeze. Well, I guess I'll just stand right here for a minute. There's not much to look at besides my ugly face. I forgot to install the FOV changer. I think that's probably in the Truly Bedrock Discord. Hold up, I can find that. It's probably outdated. I should just grab it from my computer. Never mind. Why do I have 3 pings in Discord? Why are you pinging me? Everybody's pinging me. I'm just gonna read Discord while I can't move. How do you do a stained glass fill command, bro? Okay. I guess we can figure that out. Fill. 1. 1, 1, -1, -1, -1, stained glass. Ta-da! It's probably not what you needed. Right? Is that how that works? I don't know. I can't move for another 5 seconds, so I don't know what to say. Technically, I did move already because the glass pushed me out, even though it shouldn't have. That's illegal. Anyway, so this is the tiniest little multi-item sorter. Virus and unauthorized changes blocked. Maybe I do have a malware. My Stream Deck was trying to make changes. Windows Defender defending me. I'm sure it's fine. We'll put a pin in that. I'm trying to do a live stream here. I'm not worried about that. You're free. Yeah, okay, so this one works exactly how you would expect. Can I get some blocks, please? I would like to demonstrate a system here. They already have some blocks in them. So basically, again, you can set up all 54 of those slots to be whatever you want to be. And then you just dump all of your other items into the input chest. And then your output chest is over here. It should never get something in the output. Maybe if you unloaded it or like lag or I don't know, you break the system. Or somehow you mess up this redstone. If you mess up this redstone line, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My tutorials are beyond you. They're beyond your comprehension. Maybe that's a bit mean, but you know. It is just a redstone line. So anyway, I'm just going to put all the items in there just for demonstration. Because otherwise it's going to take forever. So all of your items will be put into here while everything else is powered. So all the droppers and the hoppers get powered at the exact same time. And then that allows this hopper to just put an item in there. So we don't need to double pulse. We don't need to do anything strange. And it just works out. I mean, it's just about as easy as you can really get it. And then the powering system is this. It's about as simple as you can get. I tried to make it faster. If you make it any faster, it breaks. I don't understand why, but it does. So alas, make it out of deep slate. You can make it out of deep slate. You can make it out of whatever you want. You can make it out of diamond blocks. I'll make one out of diamond blocks just for you. You're free in the Discord, Liz. I have Discord pulled up. I'm still seeing what you're saying over there. Bring two chats at once. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it, right? I mean, I don't think there's a way to simplify this. Is there a way to simplify it that you guys can see? Do I like Java more than Bedrock? They're both perfectly fine. It doesn't really matter which one you're playing, does it? I mean, they're basically the same game, except for like some things here and there. But I will be putting my full thoughts into a video soon, so I can elaborate more. Anyway, so we're not going to be working on that one tonight. We're not going to be working on that one tonight. We're going to be working on the other item categorizer using minecarts, the one from T. Good Clay. And that one, we're trying to make one wide tileable. So there's a few different methods of doing this. He actually just sent me a version that's one wide tileable, like right before the stream started. So that's cool. I'll show you that in a second. But there is a way to actually make these minecart rails like go like this. And it's stupid how you have to do it, but it actually does work. And you can do this in any direction, but it is slightly directional because pain and suffering. That is why. So for example, if we have ourselves not like that, we want to switch it like that, and then we got to switch it like that, and then we got to switch it like that, and then switch it like that, and then switch it like that. Excuse me. And then switch it like that. Yeah, see, it's kind of a pain. It's kind of a pain. So you got to hook it up to your red coder, but it does actually work. It looks so weird. It should not work like that, but it does. And I'm happy that it does. You hate working with Rails? I do too. Rails are the worst. I don't know why they're so bad. Mostly because they're directional. I mean, look at this. Okay, so you place down a rail line and then, like, it just works, right? I mean, it's just fantastic. Why can't we just have that all the time? And then you turn the other direction and you try and do that. It's like, oh, I see. Yeah, they're literally the worst. They're Satan's redstone. Not saying they're not useful, because they're useful, but they're very annoying. They're very annoying. I try to avoid them where I can. But they're also really dumb, which makes them useful. The stupidity is a bonus. Anyway, so there's this system from, I don't want to mess up the name. It's NSPG 911. And I kind of copied it to this world with a structure block, so all the rails got ruined because they're Satan's redstone. long to load. Don't let anyone tell you that Bedrock Edition is the optimized version of the game, because it's a lie. Anyway, so yeah, depending on what direction you're building, like this is east, it's basically the exact same. I mean, you know, a little bit different depending on which side you want the rails on. And then north, you gotta have double torches. So I don't really want to use this in a tutorial because depending on how you build it, it's gonna be slightly different, which is enough to ruin people's days. But it's still really neat. I actually really like this, and this is particularly useful in a variety of situations. So how it works basically is you just got some redstone torches, and that changes the direction of the rail. So right now it's on 1. We can change it to like, you know, 6 or whatever, and then you put a minecart on there, and it just goes off. It's actually really, really clever, and I really like it. I just wish that it wasn't like directional per se. It's really good. Like, it's really, really good. Don't get me wrong. But I hate rails. They're Satan's redstone. I'll say it again. Like, it's pretty great. I knew that there was a way to do this, but how you have to build this is the really annoying part. Yeah, I mean, you might look at this and be like, oh, that's not so bad. It's just like, you know, 4 blocks. You're wrong. You're wrong. It's more like 6 blocks. Yeah, you gotta break it and replace it. It's not too bad, though. Anyway, I don't know why structure blocks can't copy rails, though. I mean, you can see, like, I copied this with a structure block, put it in the redstone world, and it did not work. So I'll show you how to build it real quick, in case you want to use it, because it's actually really cool. You can write a book while you're at it. Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's all those Chrome tabs you have open. That's on the computer. The laptop has, like, only 40. It's not that many. Right, which one do we want to rebuild? Let's rebuild... I don't know, let's rebuild this one. This one doesn't look so bad. Yeah, this one's already mostly fine. So, we need to... Is it powered right now? Yes, okay, so... Basically, you have to have the rails be powered. That way, as soon as you place it, they're already trying to churn. If you don't have them powered, it's not going to work. So keep that in mind. So we need them to be, you know, curved. So we're actually going to break that one and then place a rail like that. Break that one. That one's curved now. Place that there and place that one. No, wait. How do you do this? Did I mess it up already? I swear I know how to do this. Oh, I'm trying to do it the wrong way. I think it's... Yeah, okay. Hold up. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Okay. I'm slightly dumb sometimes. There you go. Is it not going to work? There we go. Hold up. I was just trying to go the wrong direction with it. Yeah, so it's not horrible, but it's still dumb that we need to have things be like that. So they will churn into a U shape sometimes, and that is kind of a problem, I believe. So we gotta reset that. Can we get that one to churn? Churn? I don't know. Maybe that's not a problem. Switch it to 2. Is this working now? I don't think it's working. Also didn't switch pages. Well, that's the gist of it. I think this one's still broke. How long do we think until Bedrock is the calibrated skull sensor? Probably tomorrow. Yeah, we'll probably get a beta tomorrow. Oh wait, no, isn't it already on Bedrock? Yeah, no, it's already on Bedrock. It's on Bedrock and Java. Yeah. It's in beta. We'll get it at the same exact time that Java gets it. Anyway, so that's a method of churning minecarts every other block, except that I can't show you how to build it. I'm sure you can figure it out. You're smarter than me. You're much smarter than me. Straight rail on the left. I think you do. I think I messed that one up. All of these are powered. So that's on 1. Okay. So 1 is basically off. There we go. There we go. That's how you do it. There you go. Big smart brain. That's the way to do it. And then you can churn it. Ta-da! Like magic. Like I said, it's dumb. It's really cool, but it's really dumb. So we would somehow hook that into the multi-item categorizer that I'm about to show you. But again, it's directional, so you'd either have to state, like, only build this north-south, which is kind of annoying. Limits what you can do, but I think people could work with that. Or you'd have to be, like, showing them, you know, 4 different ways to build it. Or 2 different ways, or whatever. Kind of a pain. Yeah. Your brain size is a grain of salt. Not very big. That's bigger than mine. You got a lot more size than I do. Anyway, so I did come up with a couple other options for how to move the minecarts like that. There is this one, and then there's a couple others. So this one, you would power that, so the minecart would come in, bloop, and then it would get pushed down and go like that. And then you would have to unpower these and repower those. Not quite ideal, but it would technically function. And then there's also this one. I forget exactly who posted this. I didn't put a name on it. I try to put names on things. Let me look at the Minecraft channel. It was like yesterday, and I have 0 brain power. Like I said, smaller than a grain of salt. Where is it? Where did it go? I swear it was right here. It's from Maroon Spud. There we go. So this is another option. Basically, you just let the minecart fall straight down, and this uses an item frame or, you know, whatever redstone you feel like doing. But yeah, it works pretty well, actually. And this one is not directional. So it's actually, like, you know, it's bigger, it's more expensive, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But it's easy to build. So it doesn't matter, does it? That's all that matters is that it's easy to build. Yeah, so that's really cool. I need to put the name on this. Hold up. Let's put a sign on it. Try to label things. Pretty much everything in this world is mine, but if it isn't, it's probably got a sign on it. Maroon Spud. Poor lost potato. Furnace minecart. Yeah, I don't think we ever had them on Bedrock. They're so useless, though. We don't need them. I mean, they're kind of useful sometimes, but pretty rarely. Favorite rail. Powered, activator, regular, detector, churned rail. Churned rail is my favorite rail. Can't do anything without a churned rail. Also, Shady Penguin, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome in. We also got Tyrant and Rude Grim, Erotic Error, and Booze Cruz, along with Klopp and a couple other followers. Thank you for joining us tonight. Welcome in. Good for villaging. They are very good for villaging. Anyway, so yeah, let's hop over to the other world, because there's another way to have item categorizers. We got the V3 world right here. Yeah, they kind of want to remove the furnace minecart from Minecraft, but it's already on Java, so they can't really do that. And it's not on Bedrock, so there's not going to add it. It's actually really good for moving mobs around rail lines, though. Like, if you got a nether hub with some rails in it, you put a powered minecart behind them. Saves you a lot of time there. Anyway, so this is the faster style of item categorizer, and just a different concept and a different way of doing it, which is pretty cool. This was sent to me by T Good Clay. This is their redstone testing world, and this is what I refer to as version 1. Because it's the first one that I've messed with, but it's more like version 40. Because this world has, you know, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got a lot of versions in it. Anyway, we're up to version 3 now, since we worked on this. So this is like the original one. We compacted that down, and I made this like little version 2 slice right here. Bit smaller, bit cheaper. And then they just sent me a 1 wide tileable one, because this one is 2 wide tileable. So now it's twice as dense. That might actually slow it down. So the pro of this one is that you could have 2 minecarts at the same time. Do we have stuff in here that we can sort? So just to give you a little display of like how this works. It's actually really cool. I really like this. It's got minecarts and everything. It's good to go. Cool, let's try it out. So basically, you just load up yourself a bunch of items in here. It could be whatever you want. I'm just using, you know, all the same item because whatever. So the minecart picks up a bunch of those, and then it goes ahead and picks up the identifier item. That turns it, puts the identifier item back in, and then it goes and gets unloaded over here. Double speed unloading, and then you can unload 2 hover minecarts at the same time because it's 2 wide tileable, so both of these go into the same chest. So you get quite a bit of items going in here really quickly. And this is like 6 or 7 times hopper speed, apparently. I haven't tested it since we made the version 2, but it doesn't really matter. It's still pretty quick. So that's the pro of this system, is that it's very fast. And it works great. Oh, also this is still the version 1, but you know, the version 2 is the same principle, just smaller. Anyway, version 3 is this dude right here. I kind of like these two are just prototype slices, but this is the actual thing. So as you see, it's quite a bit different. I have not messed with this. It literally got sent to me like 10 minutes before stream. So this is like, you know, cutting edge technology. It's hot off the presses here. It's good to go. It's like brand new. You're not gonna get any fresher than that. Pretty much, yeah. There's no way to get fresher than that. So I have not really looked at this like at all. So I guess let's just toss some items into it. Let's poke around with it, see what happens. All these got a different dye in them. That's cool. Comes with a diamond beacon. That's epic. I don't think these in ones got things in them. Right then, let's do some rail. Or not some rail. What am I trying to say? Let's do some sorting. Hello, William. Welcome in. Starting to build a wool factory, you need about a bajillion carpets for your crazy overcomplicated storage system. Nice. Yeah, wool factory, that thing produces way, way, way too much. Adjusted the controller. You gave me to work for the new module. I wonder what changed. I feel like there should be a block right here. Or a repeater. To reset the pistons. Anyway. I don't really see anything that changed. Then again, I haven't messed with this in like a week, so I have no idea what I'm looking at. I think it's slower. That seems a bit slower. Oh, also there's this sticky piston right here. Maybe it probably doesn't matter that much. Anyway. Are the chests set up right? Orange, yellow. You know, let's grab some. Okay, we did grab some yellow. Let's grab a little bit of lime too. And I'm gonna go ahead and like mess them up in the chests. So we'll put them in diagonally. That way every minecart is kind of a little bit different. So we'll get like a red minecart, then an orange or whatever. Just shuffle it around. There we go. And then you can turn it on. Get a minecart. Picks up 24 items. That goes around through some bubbles. I think the bubbles are slightly broken. There you go. Okay, so that one does work. Yeah, I think we're missing a water source. I was wondering about that. That's what happens when you get things hot off the presses. There may be a missing block. I don't know how to get in there. I guess we'll just break all this stuff. Fill up my inventory. Yeah, I think this is supposed to be water sources. So this is actually a pretty cool mechanic. If you haven't seen this before, you can take a minecart and it'll just like glide along all these bubbles. It's actually pretty epic. What does that detector rail do? Does it do anything? I don't know if it does anything. I think that's a leftover from my system. Oh, you went the wrong way. There you go. So as you see, it actually goes like a fairly decent speed. It would go faster, but there's a block above it. So like it works pretty well. And then once it gets to the end here, if it had a little bit more momentum, it would catch that. Actually, no, we could probably get rid of that block and then it would go a bit faster. No, you can still get portal blocks in survival. Bedrock Edition Categorizers would be really nice. That's what we're working on. We have several designs in the works, actually. They're pretty much all done, but, you know, takes time. There you go. That one's going a lot faster. Ta-da! So then it gets unloaded, and then it goes over to your overflow. So basically, I just want to work on getting this a little bit more compactified and play around with it and see what happens. It's really cool, though. So they do oftentimes fix the portal blocks and all that stuff, so it probably changes quite a bit. I know the older methods all got broken, like with the tripwire or whatever, but there's straight up automatic farms for them that produce like thousands of portals an hour, which is really silly, but it's a thing that exists. It's a thing that exists. You can definitely get a bunch of them. I think Bedrock is broken. Yeah, I don't think you can get Bedrock blocks in survival anymore. Unless someone's found a new method. Unless someone has found a new method. Because they removed the ability of the end crystals to do the fire breaking. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of these two slices right here, just because they're kind of close. And then I also want to get rid of this hopper line, which has a lot of shovels in it. How many shovels does this have in it? Oh my god, it's got a lot of shovels. Just want to make some room that I can, you know, look at things. Actually, I wanted to rebuild that hopper line anyway, because it's kind of crazy. It's kind of out there. Makes the footprint very large. Type equals item. I did not put an E on that. Commands are way too specific. You should be able to have typos in your commands. It should be fine. The ones you've seen use Snell. Yeah, that might still work. I mean, you're gonna have to go find it. It's probably on YouTube. It's like a portal farm. Hello, chicken. Welcome in. Yeah, you can build that iron farm basically however you want. You can have the villagers anywhere and everywhere, all over the place. You can have them upside down, inside out. You can put them anywhere. They don't care, as long as you build it right. Pretty much all that matters. As long as you got that villager at the top, detecting the things and stuff, then you are good to go. You know what, maybe we'll mess around with these individual slices too, because that is a great way of doing things. That is like the way of actually building a system like this. If you want to build a one-wide system, you got to start by figuring out how your slice is going to work, and then you build everything up around that. So let's just take this and put it all the way back over here. Ta-da! Look at that. Nice little water. Happy little puddle. Why does no one have redstone emotes? You mean on Twitch? Or like the actual emotes? Is there a way to do emotes on this keyboard? I thought I had emotes turned on. No, apparently not. Well, oh, there it is. Which one did I hit? I just pressed like all the buttons. I don't know which button it was. I've hit every button on my keyboard. Which one was it? There. Oh wait, hold up. It's P. Yeah. I don't know why. I'm definitely not waving. There we go. Ta-da! I feel like that would break your arm. Yeah. Get some redstone emotes. What redstone emotes would I even have? I would have like a redstone dust, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. We are going to be doing one of these redstone streams every Tuesday. Now that I'm actually focusing on doing more tutorials. Like I was supposed to be this whole year. And last year. And the year before that. But, I guess we should have some redstone emotes. We should have, like, a redstone pig-o. That seems important. Emote button is B by default. Not on my keyboard. I don't know why. It's different. Repeater turning on and off. That could be kind of fun. I don't know how to make those kinds of emotes unless I like go grab like the physical texture from Minecraft. But like that's not something I know how to do. Yeah, I can't do that stuff. So this is an actual slice. Do I still have the structure block? Is this slice? No, that's not slice. Where's slice? Give me slice. Is this? I think this is slice. We're gonna put it over here. I want to be able to look at those as the original and then see what I can modify. This is actually a pretty good system. I like the way of like pushing this stuff. I think there are ways to change it up though. So let's dissect this. So the minecart comes in from this side, right? You're gonna have your. I'm gonna use the chest minecart because hopper minecarts are kind of annoying. They pick up items. How dare they? Piggo holding a flashing redstone torch. Oh, that reminds me of someone else. No, I don't want to think. I'll do a redstone dust. How about that? Water stream broken. Your storage system stuck over half the hoppers. What? If you guys know of any good emote artists or people who do like that kind of thing, let me know because I want to get more emotes made and I want to get the badges, the subscriber badges made. Anyway, so minecart comes in. Bam! It grabs an item out of here. Bam! That reduces your signal strength from a 2 to a 1. So that unpowers the piston. And then that pushes the minecart across. In theory. I don't think it actually does, though. Because if you look at his final system over there, it doesn't actually do that. So let's go ahead and get ourselves... I have a structure block over here that summons in a minecart for testing. Here we go. This is it right here. Very convenient. What are we making? We're making an item categorizer. So this is a sorting system that requires no items in the main chest, like up front, but you can determine what item goes into that chest. Can I just get a lever? Oh, I always forget about this. This is really dumb. Like, you place a rail here, and then it goes flat again. I never wanted you to be flat. You gotta keep a rail up there. It's stupid. One of my many pet peeves of the demon redstone. So is this gonna do the thing? That's set up for that? Okay, great. At least structure blocks are nice. That was so loud. Manu, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. We also got Lloyd with a follow and USG along with I'm Dat Boy and Phil. Blue nicknames. The concept of Kansas. That's not so bad. It could be Ohio. We got Chicken 8 and a couple others. Thank you for the follows, everybody. Yeah, Kansas isn't so bad. It's got at least a couple good songs made out of after it. Okay, so we also have this system over here. This unloads the extra items from the minecart. So if you notice when these things load in, they have themselves a extra 4 shovels in them. That's just like filler items, really. That's to prevent the minecart from picking up multiple different item types. If you have multiple item types, your system gonna break. It's a bad time. You don't want that. So we take out these 4 shovels with this system over here, which has changed since the last time. I wonder why. So the previous one was this system right here. And of course that uses redstone. So it's not particularly tileable, but I think there's a way to do it with some redstone torches where you'd be fine. So maybe we'll try and refine that as well. I just like tinkering with things. I want to see what happens and why it breaks. Right? We need an observer eyebrow raise. That would be perfect, actually. I think that'd be easy to make, too. Yeah, observer with, like, a raised eyebrow. Like, Call it, observer. Which state is better? Ohio. O-H-I-O. I'm a fond believer in O. Why, Casper? You didn't even put any real states on there. Ohio doesn't exist. Nobody lives there. It's obviously fake. Hello, Phil Ev. I don't know, say your name, but hi. I butchered it. Not a great way to welcome you in, but hi. Hopefully you're doing great. Found out that you cannot multi-craft dispensers. The bows are enchanted. Yeah, the dispenser crafting is kind of a, stupid thing. It's always been stupid. Shouldn't that have dropped like a whole bunch of, Oh, I guess it did drop some red dye. Anyway, let's try this again. So this does actually seem to work. Ooh, not entirely. Why is that only like a quarter of the way on the rail? Is that even possible? That seems unlikely, doesn't it? That really seems unlikely. Surely it should snap on there. Like if I nudge that just a tiniest bit. Yeah, see? Snaps on there. Oh, that unloaded really quickly. Did that really take everything out? Huh. Maybe that's why it's faster. No? Strange. I don't know why it's faster, but it's a lot faster. Can we try that again? Why did it break? Yeah, I guess that method just doesn't work that well. Come on now. That's pretty quick. I guess it's only 4 items. Okay. Well, you could have put the actual states on there. So we got Oklahoma, Hawaii, Iowa, and Oregon. Ohio. Right then. So I wonder if there's a different way of doing this. So it's kind of going too fast. But we need to have some speed on it. Otherwise, it's not going to make it down the system. So what if we try and replace that with like a stair? Because sometimes the item hitbox is very important. No, it's still broke. You know what? There's also there's the delay. That might be it. Okay, we're going to change up this system right here and see if we can't fix that delay. Yeah, the delay is probably the problem. Because it seems like that method should work. It does work sometimes, but it's not quite reliable enough. So all we need is to unpower this piston when the signal strength is not 2, which should be pretty easy. Assuming that I know how to do a redstone. And honestly, my track record, not the greatest. I would not be trusting me to do a redstone if I were you. Is this setup the same thing? Oh, we gotta put a die in there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. New sorting system, indeed. Item categorizer. Right then. So we're going to change this up. How do we want to do this? So we really only need 2 redstone dust. Is this actually got 2 signal coming out of it? It does. So we can put these right next to each other. This is the exact same concept as a standard, whatever item filter. Let's put the comparator back a block. I think that'll give us some room to do some stuff. We got like a block there, and then block like that, and then we'll have a target block on the bottom. I actually did that first try. I was not thinking about how to build it that entire time I was staring at it. Okay, that's not too bad. I think that'll work, and then that should be really fast. Oh, except it needs to be inverted. Yeah, it needs to push out. Okay, well, I might be slightly dumb. I did not do it first try. Mr. Dumb. I'm sorry. It should be even easier then, shouldn't it? Target block. Let's get a torch. So there's going to be some delay always from that torch. Yeah, I didn't account for that. Oklahoma? Oklahoma. No. That's a horrible name. Are item categorizers like item sorters? Yeah, they're just a different concept of a multi-item storage system that is a bit more versatile and maybe a little bit easier on the user. How do we want to do this then? So block there, boop. Yeah, see, that would require 3. Unacceptable. I guess that's why they had a torch. What if we just did... Go back to this concept. Like right here. Here we go. We'll just put a glass right here. Oh, but then that's not gonna... You need that to be a solid block so it powers the piston. But you can't have that be a solid block, otherwise it powers itself. Ah! Pain. Okay. I see. It does have to be a glass block. So then how do we make that power the piston? I don't think you can. Also, we're gonna have water, so we can't have any blocks right there. That's like, let's just put a bedrock there, honestly. No can. Don't do that. Vertical repeater. Yeah, vertical repeater. That's what we need. But why don't we have vertical things? I mean, that makes sense. I don't think that's the way they did it over here, though, is it? Which one of these systems is the real one? I think it's this one. Oh, they did do it. Oh, 2 ticks. No, okay, 1 tick. Yeah, so that makes sense. But we got to get rid of that repeater delay. Otherwise, system's going to be more complicated than necessary. Also, that does not need to be a target block. Neither does that one. Neither does that one. Or that one. No, the multi-storage systems still work. They're perfectly fine. This is just a different concept, you know? Different way of doing things. Separate kind of system. We need all vertical everything redstone. We got vertical pistons. We got vertical droppers, vertical hoppers. We got vertical observers. We got vertical sticky blocks. We got vertical chests. We got, let's see. Vertical levers, vertical buttons. Why don't we have vertical repeaters? Smack a slime ball on it. Stick it to the wall. What is the problem, Mojang? Right then. Okay, give me some ideas, people. If we made that the target block... Oh, wait, no, hold up. This is how we do it. Okay, hold up. This is how we do it. Boop. And then we get a glass block right here. Boop. Boop. There we go. That's how we do it. 2 pistons. Twice as good. Double the extension. 3 times the stickiness. Okay, let's see if that actually speeds it up a little bit. We need virtual slabs. Yeah, sure. Virtual slabs, virtual stairs, virtual particles. I mean, virtual reality. Let's do it. I'm down to get weird. Glass block, solid block. Sticky torch, sticky torch. Yeah, we'll call it that. There we go. Okay, let's see if that works more reliably. Maybe we can just summon a regular minecart. Vertical reality. Yes. Okay. That might be the solution. We're just gonna have a giant stack of minecarts over there. Yeah, that little bit less delay might be the exact thing that we needed. Just turn your monitor to the side. Vertical everything! Vertical rail lines. Yes, please. I want to send my minecarts up the walls. It'll be so fun. Come on, Mojang. Let us have fun. We need fun in life. Why can't we just have some fun? I don't know, man. That seems pretty reliable. Oh, my inventory is going to get so trashed if I break all these. Do you guys have any idea how many items are in these? Take a guess. 0. 0. 0. All of them. Yeah, that's right. They're hoppers. What'd you expect? I filled up my inventory for nothing. We probably need to run like 100 of these to see what happens, right? So I guess, you know, get some snacks, settle in, get a blanket, put your feet up. I already have 2 of those things. I got a blanket and my feet are up. I'm prepared for anything that happens tonight. This seems pretty decent, although you know what the issue might be? We might not have the extra rail line right here that we need. Oh, come on. Why you gotta be like this? Why do you have to cause such pain and suffering to those who care about you? I don't actually care about the rails. But I'm not against gaslighting the rails. If that's what needs to be done. Actually, I think a slab will work, right? It's gonna ruin the bubble, but the bubble will come back. Oh, wait, hold up. Rail there, rail there. No! How did you mess up there? Nope, nope. Yeah, the motto of today's live stream is just Satan Redstone. Okay, let's see if that one's gonna be any problem. I'm all about pain and suffering. Yes. Horizontal cactus. Yes! There's horizontal cactuses, IRL. Why can't we have horizontal cactus, Mojang? What, you're not gonna go up the thing? What, you're not gonna go up the thing? How did you lose all of your items? Is everything just broken all of a sudden? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, sure. It probably helps if you have enough storage for all your tests. Shovels. They take up a lot of room. I actually did a whole bunch of shoveling today. Fun fact. Upside down cactus farm. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to. We got Archer and C-Mags. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in. Okay. Do you guys think this is gonna work? Would you trust this to be reliable? Would you trust it with your soul? I don't know if I would. It is just a minecart after all. Oh, it didn't get the item back into it. Okay. That's probably an issue. I would trust it with half a soul. You know, give it a small loan, see what happens, and then go from there. Make a informed decision about the capabilities of the system. I think it's pretty decent. It seems to be working out pretty well. Okay, so we'll call that good. And if it breaks later, then we'll just change it to whatever else. And then I want to change up this system right here. So this needs to unload 4 items. And I think that should be pretty easy. So we're going to make another system right over here. This is how we do things. And then I think we can change up a couple of these rail lines as well. Just to see what happens. Can only use 2 hotbar slots. Okay. So if you want to use an item block, you have to move it to the first, second slot. Okay, I was gonna use like the first in the middle just to make it extra painful, but I guess if you want to do first and second, that's fine. Okay, whatever. I don't know what blocks I need. Okay. Block goes here. Nope. Crouching bug is still a problem. Block goes like that, and then repeater. Something like that, something like that, and then repeater, block. I meant to drop one of those items. Something like that, maybe? Or... vertical iron farms. This is turning into the bucket debate. Where it's just like, we want everything in a bucket. Okay, so that would only be... well, that might be enough. If we put this on 4 ticks, and then we have the 2 redstone torches and the comparator, that might be enough delay. We'll see what we can get away with, but we're gonna put this on 4, and then I guess the other one was 2 4-tick repeaters. I think this might be fine. 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. Let's try this. What are we making? We are making a item categorizer system. So basically just an advanced item sorter. And we are working on the version 3 that T Good Clay sent me. Like literally, 20 minutes before we started streaming. So it's hot off the presses, and we're working on refining it, changing it, see what we can break, see how it works, see if we can't change some things. I was actually going to work on this tonight anyway, but I was going to use an entirely different method of minecart, changingness. Such a fresh design. It's brand new. It's brand new. It's like an hour old. Well, I don't know when he designed it technically, but yeah. It's new. Still has a shrink wrap on it. Yeah, still got a sticker on it. Still got the tag. Haven't cut it off yet. Right, so I guess we're gonna do it like this. Oh, I guess we... Let's change this up a little bit. We're gonna change it so that it is similar to the system that we have over there. So break that one, and then we bring it up. And that way our minecart actually flies off into the void, so that we don't have to deal with the empty minecart. Oh, yeah, so look at this. So these 2 ran lines are not actually, like, connected. I mean, obviously. I guess they kind of technically touch, maybe? So if you power the bottom one, it powers the upper one, too. Kind of dumb. But, useful. Kind of useful. So I guess if we lower this down, that would summon the minecart where it should be, and we'll be good to go. Also, the ban action is well and truly over. Thank you, Salt. I probably didn't do it right at some point, but I'm sure you won't forgive me. We also need some extra storage over here. So I'm kind of taking a new, well, not really a new approach, but the approach with the next batch of tutorials that I'm working on is everything is just like highly refined and worked on. So like, I mean, the version 1, technically it worked, it was fine, but version 3 is so much better, right? So why do that? And then like with all the item categorizers that we're working on over the other couple live streams and over the last week, Like, the early versions technically worked, but the new ones are better. And same with the mangrove tree farm. Like, I could have just posted that as is and been done with it, but I made 18 different versions of it and improved it, and we turned it into a universal tree farm that works for cherry and everything now. So the next tutorials you're getting are gonna be good. Oh, that actually took all the items out, like, exactly. Oh. Okay, well, I think we can move that in then. How many does this summon in with? 17. And then it, okay, well, that was literally first try. That never happens. You guys realize how rare that is, right? That's stupid. First try I got that? Even with that thing that I thought was first try, we didn't get it first try. Oh, no, it did grab a, okay. It did grab a die out of there. Where'd the die go, though? I saw it go down to 16. Maybe that was because it was getting dragged out by this. Okay, we'll break all these. There's our die. We're gonna throw these guys straight into the void. Because that might have been picked out by a minecart. Now time to blow it up? We can blow it up. Later. None of these sorting systems use allays. Neither does the mangrove tree farm. Non-stackable item sorters do require allays. That is the only way to do it. And that is why allays were the best choice for the mob vote. So that was 17. That was 17. Okay, it seems like this is working perfectly fine. The thing about Bedrock Edition, though, is that you must do repetition testing. You gotta test things at least like 10, 20 times. Because this game broke. You can't just do it once and be like, okay, good. Clean my hands, post it. Nah, man, This game is way too janky for that. You think we got reliability? That we don't afford that around here. Hey, Carry You, welcome back. For 30 months. Ridiculous. We're working on an item categorizer. Well, technically right now we're working on a minecart unloader. But it's for an item categorizer. So we're going to do this, and then I think we will change the timings on that repeater until it takes out 4 items consistently. Or maybe we'll get lucky and we'll just do 4 items. Okay, so I think we need to turn this hopper so that it's not outputting items too quickly. Yeah, see, it's doing this. Okay, so we might need to put some delay on that. That way it powers it more thoroughly. And then all that die does not count. Kind of hate allays. They are kind of a pain to work with, and to get, and to travel with, and to use. But they're very useful. Very useful. Check with very high coordinate numbers with minecarts. How high coordinate is high coordinate? Like 100? 110? 200? Okay, so that wasn't nearly enough. Okay, so let's put that on 4 ticks. Come on, all 4 of them. No, wasn't quite good enough. We might need to go back to the other system. Sadness. We could put another repeater on this. So we would just move it out by a block. I don't know how. Okay, I just got very confused. I confused myself. It hurt itself in its confusion. There we go. That should do it, right? You know what? It's not cheap enough. There we go. Oh, no, we can make it cheaper, guys. There we go. It's as cheap as it gets. Password, welcome back for 14 months. Long time no see. Hopefully you're doing fantastic. It's over a year. That's crazy. 210. That's a big number. I don't know if I can count that high. Should be restoring lay to travel with. This is what I'm saying. A lay in a bucket. Put it in a bucket. Put a frog in a bucket. Put a goat in a bucket. Put everything in a bucket. Squid in a bucket. Polar bear in a bucket. I'm like the mom of coupons, but with redstone creations. Listen, if I'm gonna put out a tutorial, I want it to be, like, as best as I can get it. I'm not gonna put something out halfway, you know. I'm not saying that, like, the original's bad or anything. I just like tinkering with things. This is my hobby. This is literally what I do to make money. I need to do this to live. Right then, let's do this. Is that gonna do it? 17. It's still pulsing a bunch. I think we'll switch this to 4 and that one to 1. It's not pulsing as much. There we go. That seems fine. Yeah, as long as it never takes out one of those other items, then we'll be fine. Although, if it did take out one extra item, it wouldn't necessarily break the system. Because it's always going to have at least 2 items in that final slot. I didn't... Well, I guess we're not going to check that minecart. This seems pretty reliable, though, right? We're not getting any dies in the chests, are we? I'm going to break that. Milk a squid for ink. That's not how you, no. That's not how you do that. That's not how squids work. Have you ever seen it? Okay. We're gonna move on. I was really hoping all that would go on the void. It's like, it's right there. Come on. Is this good? It seems like it's good. Okay, let's build it on the system. So that saves us a comparator and a dropper and a hopper in exchange for 2 redstone torches. That's not too bad. Oh, no, that's gotta be a slab. It's gotta be a slab. It won't work if it's not a slab. Trust me, guys. Trust me. I wouldn't lie to you. It's gotta be slab. This one's gonna be on 4, and then that one's on 1. Right? Oh, and then I guess this hopper should be pointing to the side. I don't know if that actually matters, because if it's pointing downwards, it's gonna be pushing items down. So they're actually gonna leave the hopper faster, which is gonna make the system turn off faster. Maybe it doesn't matter. It'll make it turn off faster, but the signal's still gonna get there at the same time. Okay, doesn't matter. Cool. Science, everybody. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The comparator would do something. So let's try that again. Let's actually look at the comparator. Yeah, see, it flashes a bit more. But I don't think that matters. Okay, it's gonna flash. Okay, I don't think it matters. Whatever. Moving on. We have better projects to do. So we refined this system and that system. Let's try and work on the rails now. That was a very loud I think we can change up the rails in a couple of different ways. Do I want to... Okay, let's try and think about it over here. So, is this lined up? It's 1 block off. I am so disappointed in myself. I could have built it lined up. Should we tear it down and rebuild it? I should milk a goat. I do have the ability to milk a goat. Ah, delicious. Why does he only have 1 horn? He's brand new. Structure blocks exist. Facts. actually, you know what? I need that one right there. That's a lot of applause for milking a goat. It's not that difficult, guys. People have been doing it for like 100,000 years. Okay, that jump scared me. I got squared by a quack. Applause for milking a goat. There we go. You didn't know you can milk a goat? It's a weird feature. It's kind of useful, I guess. But no. No, it's bad. Okay, so I have a couple concepts that I'm trying to explain away here. I'm trying to distract from the goat abuse. So basically we would have regular rail and then rails like this. Is that gonna work? I guess we'll find out. Probably not. And then a rail like that. And then this would be the water source. It'll go through the glass block, no problem, I think. We might need another rail right here, but the structure block isn't gonna let us do the test properly, so we'll test that portion later. Oh my god, words. Words are difficult sometimes, guys. Don't know if you've ever noticed. Power that one and put a glass block right there. Okay, that would be a way to simplify it and squish it down a little bit, make it a little bit more compact. We would save a block there, and we would save a block there. And I think that would be good. Goat milk is the same as cow's milk in Minecraft, that is? Yeah, same exact milk. Does goat milk remove the status? Yeah, same milk, yeah. Yeah. It's actually pretty useful. If you happen to have bad omen and there's a goat just innocently standing there, you can just go up to it and assault it. It's Minecraft. You can assault anything you want. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Well, actually, I think we could change that, because we would just need to power this block. We need to power this block, but we can't power that with repeater because you can't put it down a block. I want to be able to stack things, okay? I want to be able to have a comparator and then a repeater on top of it. Like, right here. Why can't I do that? Stackable redstone components. Basically, put a little cage around it, right? Just build a little cage, put an iron bar or something around it in a crafting recipe. Bam, build a little cage upon it, and then it would be like its own little solid block. It would be great. So useful. Yeah, so we can't do redstone dust to power that because it's got to be one by tileable. We could do a redstone torch right there, actually. That would do it. There we go. Now we're thinking with our face. So we would have to do this. We probably need more delay on that. Thinking. It's taking all my might, but I'm attempting to think. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna grow. Okay, hold up. I'm stupid. I didn't say I was good at thinking. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. I guess we'll just try doing something like this. Seems stupid. Oh, you know what? I don't think it's gonna work because the comparator isn't constantly off. It flashes. So we gotta put a repeater on the backside of that. Yeah, yeah. So we gotta do the, hold up. I think there's a solution here. We're gonna do like this. There we go. And then we can get rid of that. And then we have this. Is that right? No. One less inversion. Well, that's not convenient. I guess like that, I don't know, we'll find out. This is the purpose of the stream, is to find out. We mess around and find out, and it works. See? Take that, Kiryu. I still don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. Bad at names. Have I tried the comparator yet? Can move the comparator next to the hopper. Oh, facts. Yeah, no, my previous way of making it more compact is making it less compact, actually. Okay, you still have good points. Thank you. Let's see, right there. That should do it. The timing, I think, might have to change still, right? No, that's still fine. Let's take a tick off of that. See what happens. Is that gonna ruin it? Yeah, it ruined it. Good. Okay, well that shows that it works. If you don't break it at least a couple times, then how are you gonna know if it works or not? Okay, great. So we will be able to shrink the system down by a block in that regard. And then that saves you a block, like in total length. I don't know if this particular method is going to work, where we have the bubble column right here and then the piston pushes over. I don't know if the minecart's going to like hop on that rail and just go on its own way. If it does, that would be fantastic. We kind of have to rebuild this to find that out. Oh, this is the original slice. I was supposed to leave this intact and change that one. Too late for that. Okay, we're going to change up this one then. This is not going to be the permanent system because I need to rebuild quite a bit for that. But, oh god, okay, everything's ruined. Oh no, okay. Come on. Every single rail is giving me a problem. The true Swinley will butcher your name. Yeah, if I'm not butchering your name, something's wrong. It's always good to have smart people in the chat to help us think. Yes. Streaming on YouTube's cringe. I mean, it's fine. What's the purpose of this build? Storage system. BT, why are you playing Creeper Sounds when we're in a creative world? It's like daylight. I'm already bloody and blown up. Yeah, rails are directional. But this system, that doesn't matter. Not really. Not right now. Put that there. And then we put that there. And then we put that there. And then we put that there. And we put that there. Oh my. Okay, I broke it. It's too easy to break rails, man. They changed it on Java a while back. And it was the best change ever. I don't know why we haven't got that on Bedrock yet. That's so weird. Okay, so look. It changes from, you know, going down slope like that. And then you place a rail there, and it changes to going up slope. But that one still stays. I'm fine with it. It works. I'm not going to complain too much. That's still a problem. Oh, this is like a whole extra slice that we don't need. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do this the smart way. We're gonna build the sides out. Oh my, okay. We'll build the sides out, and then we build the middle. That's how you gotta do it. And then get rid of that. And then put, not that there. Oh, I broke a chest? That's fine. Nobody likes chests. Get rid of that. Put some stairs here. Piston for good measure. We need Rails to stop being mean. Yes, please. If you could please have a talk with Rails so that they're not so mean, that would be fantastic. Why'd you fill it with water? Because it needed a water source there. It was not symmetrical. I'm sorry. It just needed to be symmetrical. Okay, let's try this out. Enough messing around. Okay, the stair might be the problem. Okay. Nobody saw that coming, right? Raise your hand in the chat if you knew that was gonna happen. Excuse me? That's so dumb, ain't it? Oh, that's really loud, isn't it? Carpet catching on the chest? Oh, you know what? That's probably what it is. Pretzel music changed, like, how they do their audio output. And ever since then, I've not been able to get the music level right. Hopefully that's good. Hopefully you can hear that. And it's not loud. Too loud. Or too quiet. Anyway. Yeah, it's either catching on the chest or it's catching on the slab. Let's try it over here. Chest. Can I just, like, summon a minecart there? Oh, I can. How beautiful is that? Not very convenient. Go up there. Okay, so in theory, it would actually fit, right? I think it's the stair. Maybe we'll change the direction of the stair. Start screaming. You'll hear me if I yell loud enough. Okay, that's good. I'm glad that there's people around to hear me if I scream. Oh, it's not going to go up. Hello, Hummus. And hello, Joseph, as well. Welcome in. Sound alerts are playing. So, okay, so the sound alerts and the music are on the same track. So if I make the music too loud, the sound alerts are going to be, like, blowing our ears out. It's kind of a difficult thing to do. I could turn down the music and then turn up that sound, and then you might be able to hear both. Hopefully. Okay, that seems about right. End of the song, though. End of the song, though, so you're not going to hear anything because there's nothing to hear. Right then. So let's see if we can't figure this out a little bit more quickly, shall we? What kind of blocks do you guys think we should try? I'm thinking slab, maybe? I mean, if it touches that, it should just go vroom. Vroom! No? Okay. I was really hoping for a nice vroom there. I was hoping we would get something. Maybe it just doesn't work. That's fine. I mean, not everything we try has to work. Needs to be solved. Blocks of the cart bounces off, but we had a stair there before. So when it was like this, we had a stair pushing it, and that worked fine. I think it's trying to go back down. That's probably what it is. It's probably trying to go down, or it's just getting stuck. Maybe we, like, replace that with a slab. Doesn't hurt to try things out. Oh my. Okay, if you just want to ruin my life, Mr. Rails, you're doing a great job. Place that there? No, we can't place that there. Nope. Can't break those blocks either because the stupid crouching bug. Okay, we're gonna leave that last one broken because who cares? Try single chest. We need it to be double. this has to be double. Otherwise, you're going to have half as many items that you'll be able to sort per slice of your system. Yeah, it's kind of important. There's a lever down there. Right, we're going to replace this with a slab. We could even try a trapdoor, maybe. See what happens. Or a solid block would also work right here. Oh, I didn't put a thing in there. That's kind of important. Go back. Come again. No, okay. We'll try trapdoor, and then we'll move on to putting a solid block on this thing. It might not work. That's fine. At least we're giving it a shot, right? Ta-da! Okay. It's not gonna work. We'll put a solid block there then. Fine. Just be like that, Mr. Piston pusher thing. Yeah, still not working. Okay, doesn't work. Whatever. It's fine. If I try kissing his poop. No, I have not sang it a lullaby to make it go to sleep. Did I try slime? Slime's not gonna work because it's gonna grab like all of everything. I did think about it though. Yeah, it has to go straight and then it can go up. So going straight up doesn't work. So we move it over by a block, and then this works perfectly fine. Because it is particular. It likes to have things a certain way, and when it doesn't get its way, the whole thing explodes. Which is reasonable. I mean, I can understand that. It knows what it's like, it knows what it likes, and it won't take anything less. I can respect that. Try cactus. You push it with a cactus. We need a cactus block. Something that you can move around and just damages you the whole time you're even looking at it. If it's on screen, you're taking damage. Yeah, slime grabs chest on Bedrock. It also grabs like all the other things. It's not gonna happen in this particular setup. Anyway, we put, I don't know, stair right here. Doesn't really matter what we use, I think. Probably would help if there was an extra rail. Okay. And then that unloads all 4 of those, and then we got 17 in there still. Yeah, okay. Ta-da! We could put a solid block right there, probably. I don't see why that would cause any issues. It did clip into it a little bit and get dark. I don't think that would be a problem, though. Yeah, seems to be working fine. Perfect. Okay. Is that the final thing that we wanted to do? No, this is the one that we ended up going for. So I don't think that there's any other ways to really shrink down the system. We could... So we have the water right here, and then we have the piston right there with the other piston for the... What's that called? Is that softened version? I think it's softened version. Is that the name that everyone came up with? It's been so long since I've used it. It's very niche, but it works great when you need that exact thing. I'm glad they decided to keep it a Bedrock feature, because it was on the chopping block as a bug for a while. Although granted, they probably don't know how to fix it. I'm gonna just put a piece of ice right there because I do not feel like messing with water. Shrink the right side. Yeah, that's the next thing that I need to work on. I'm not trying to type shrink. Although, this does give you fishing rod, which is actually a perfectly acceptable item. And then we put one more in there and it turns off. Yeah, great. Oh, you're saying shrink this? Yeah, this probably could be shrank. This thing. This, I'm pretty happy with all of this right here. Oh, the chest is in the wrong location. Oh, I can't push it, can I? Hold up. We can pick block it, though. Kind of noob puts a chest in the wrong location. Where does it need to go? It needs to go above the water. Okay, well, we'll just break the whole thing. That should do it. Right? Okay, good. Can move everything but the sticky piston and the water stream to the left. Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's a fact. You're just over here compacting my redstone. Great. Ta-da! Nice diagonal pistons. We'll need an obsidian or whatever, but that's fine. Nobody cares. Perfect. So that's looking good. That's all looking good. So now we actually gotta get the item, like, unloader thingy in there. That's pretty simple. I think I remember how to build that. Grab some observers, some sticky pistons, some of those. We'll get one of those. We don't need that old hopper. That's old news. We might need a chest. Seems kind of nice to maybe think about. And then... yeah, that's about right. Okay. Is this the system? It is. No, wait, this is an older one. That's version 2. Is that the one that I made? I don't know. There's so many versions in this world. I can't keep anything straight anymore. Here we go. This goes quite far up. I think there's probably ways to work around that. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, because, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So where can we get a way of doing this? How was this built again? We got, oh, that's not important. Basically, just like that, okay. Can't have it right there, but we can put it right here. And then this is what actually pushes the minecart off of the unloader. So we're unloading it with 2 hoppers, double speed unloading. We got a minecart that's going to be sitting right here between the 2 of them. Stair pushes it off, and then it goes on to another rail line. And that's when it returns to the system. So that's the general way of doing things. We could put it like right here and then just raise it up a little bit. So that would mean that our top rail line would be at this layer, which I think is a fine trade-off. Forgot the hopper. Which hopper? I don't know which one. We also need a way to reset those pistons. So sometimes if there's only like a single item in your minecart, then it'll get left up here. So basically this reads the minecart, this extends, So as soon as your minecart is empty, this turns off and then it gets pushed off. Simple enough, right? There's probably another way of doing that, but I think you'll need an observer pulse in there. Because if you use a redstone torch, this one's always going to be extended, and then it's not going to unload properly. So I think this is a pretty simple way of doing it. The minecart yeeter. Yeah, so basically the instant minecart unloaders, I think those are possible. I haven't seen one, I don't think. I mean, the concept is simple enough, though. You just break the minecart. You can't use a campfire anymore because they don't catch things on fire. But then you have an allay, probably, to pick up the hopper minecart. Put it back in the system. On Java, their item physics are, like, perfect, so you can just have a hopper in a specific spot that'll pick up the hopper minecart, and it's great. I guess it'd be like this. Okay, so there's a really cool thing that I wanted to show you guys last stream, but I forgot because, you know, reasons. But you can actually turn off hopper minecarts. So check this out. Let's grab a stack of lightning rods. So if you have an activator rail and a hopper minecart is on top of that, then you power the activator rail, it will completely turn off the hopper minecart. So, you know, we throw some items on it, bam, picks all that stuff up. You power it, and then it doesn't pick up anything at all. It's great, but this is even more powerful than you might think, because it doesn't just have to be standing on top of there. Let's grab a rail. I threw all my rails. So, if we have a whole bunch of items like over here, right? If a hopper minecart runs over a powered activator rail, that'll completely disable it. It will not pick up anything else until it runs over another one. So if we run this along, we can have it like over here, and then all of these items will get picked up. This is so cool. I had no idea about this. I knew you could turn them off if they were like standing on it, but I didn't know like was a toggle. Like it's so cool. Like I just learned that. This is legit a new redstone feature. It's probably been in the game for like 10 years. But yeah, see, it doesn't pick it up, and then it rolls over that one, and then doesn't pick them up because it's dumb. You should have picked that up. Let's get some speed in here. I'm pretty sure you can turn it back on, like after you turn it off. If you can't, that'd be a bit silly. So yeah, it turns off, turns back on. Or no, maybe this one needs to be unpowered. Ooh. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, it has to be unpowered. Oh, okay, that explains it. That's so weird. Oh, weird. Huh, strange. Peculiar. It didn't pick up that last one because, you know, I didn't throw it quick enough. Weird. Okay, so yeah, you can use a detector rail with this. I was messing around with this the other day. I thought it was like super bugged because I was trying to do a thing with it. I was trying to have it run this way, pick up items, and then on the way back not pick up any items. I think I can change up the other system now. Feels like a bug. It's always been there. I think it's always been there. Because, like, Etho showed a way to do this, like, years and years ago. That's how I originally learned about activator rails turning things off. But I didn't know about this utility. That's so cool, isn't it? I love it. I play Bedrock because Minecraft is a good game. What other uses do they have? Who knows? I wonder if they do anything with chest minecarts. Chest minecarts don't really do anything. Maybe it'll turn off the ability to put items into it? Maybe? Let's find that out. I don't know, man. Let's experiment. See what happens. I mean, there's probably a Minecraft Wiki article about this, but who wants to figure out things from the Wiki? That would be stupid. Okay, so we can put items in there, right? And then we activate it, and you can still put items in there. Okay, so it's not that. I don't know. I don't think it'll do anything for that. Stop it from being unloaded? Oh, maybe. That's a good observation. I mean, they obviously activate TNT, but everybody knows about that. I'm not trying to click on that. There we go. So that gets unloaded. Power the activator rail. Still gets unloaded. Yeah, I mean, you just power the hopper, though. There's only like 4 different carts. Activators. It'll kick you out of a minecart. I know that much. They're really useful for that. They're really, really useful for that. You didn't know about TNT? Yeah. It's not just because of the lever, either. Works great. Figured as much. Hey, Good Play, how you doing? Yeah, we're messing with the system. We've made some minor changes. So we changed up the left side unloader, and then we changed up the piston pushing thingy majig, and then we changed up the middle to save a block. we kind of changed just a little bit of everything. I don't know. I'm just messing with it. I looked at this world for like 10 minutes before we started stream. I was like, okay, well, I was already going to work on this stream anyway, so may as well. We're just trying to figure out the front end of this now. But we were just obsessing over the activator rails because they're so good. Anyway, all of that rant aside, the whole point of showing you the activator rail tech is that we need an activator rail somewhere in here. It doesn't really matter where. We'll just put like a solid block like right here. Activator rail that dude. Get a lever. And then there we go. And then we just need to line this up so that it falls roughly in there. And I think we're still using the trapdoor method for that, aren't we? Yeah. It's like a 1 block gap, yeah. Good old mangrove trapdoors. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a glass pane. I'm not sure if the glass pane is needed anymore, is it? I don't know. Let's see if that works. I think we need to swap that out for a regular rail. We only have a single regular rail on the whole thing. That's great. Yeah, I really like this method of doing the mine carts. I showed another method of doing this earlier, but it was horrible. All the other methods I had were horrible. This is great. The bubble columns, beautiful. I did not get rid of your bubbles. Oh, I guess hold up. Can we get rid of the bubbles? The goat's still over there. Do minecarts slide on ice? I actually don't know. The ice was a placeholder block because I didn't feel like putting a bubble in. But now that I think about it for more than half a second, does this work? No, it should work. Why doesn't it work? Come on. Hold up, maybe it needs to be like this because blocks are dumb. It doesn't work. That is a wasted opportunity, Minecraft. Come on. We could have easily had just like it could have just kept sliding. It could have kept going forever. I'm sad now. Hold up. Maybe just that one. Come on, there's got to be a way around it. With how buggy this game is, one of these has got to work. Sadness. There's no way we're using regular ice, but for science. Disappointment. Okay, that's sad. But yeah, the bubble columns are still there. The bubble columns are great. Bubble columns ain't going nowhere. Unless we got a better option, which I don't think there is, maybe. I think there might be other ways to, like, move minecarts like that, but bubbles are great. No, you can't really use flowing water. Unless we want to do a conveyor belt. That sounds like a horrible idea. Maybe we just push it down the row manually. I think that would work. I don't see any problems with that. Anyone got a objection to that? Compared to White Tile system, this is micro. It's getting pretty small. I mean, compare this to the first one that you sent me, which, you know, we're just calling V1. I mean, it's like, it's quite a bit smaller. It's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, I thought it was 24. Oh, I left this here. Yeah, yeah, that's not relevant anymore. 22 blocks, and this one is like 13, 14. It's gonna be like 16. That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Just imagine how far it's gonna come in version 4. I don't even know how you would get it smaller than this, honestly. There's got to be a way to get this unloader pane. I mean, I do have a lot of that, but I need these kinds of panes. I think there's got to be a way to get this little unloading system closer, because I don't like how tall it is, right? I mean, obviously we can actually move it in a block. Oh, can we move it into here? Is that possible? If we changed up this circuit on it, I think that would also work. By the way, for anyone who didn't catch it, Clayton in chat is the actual like designer of this thing, by the way. In case that wasn't clear. The only way to make it smaller is to not use carts. Well, that's no fun. We're using carts because speed. Speed. Gotta go fast. Find a way. Just as in V4. Can't have it right there. We could move it like this, though. We can get it to there. And then the comparator doesn't have a place to sit. Can we move the redstone dust? Because if we had a solid block right here, then we could have the comparator sitting on top of it. Also, what's up, boys? Welcome back. Thank you for the 10 biddies. Version 4, give it a roller coaster. Yeah, make it so the player can go through too, just to check it out. May as well. I mean, it's if this isn't a roller coaster, I don't know what is. It looks quite fun. I would ride that. Hold up. Why haven't I ridden this yet? Of all the things that we've done tonight, I haven't ridden the farm. Oh, I got kicked out. Oh. I guess it's kind of a deadly roller coaster if you get kicked out mid-ride. Yeah, let's see. We couldn't put a block there. Yeah, we would have to re-change this. Let's do that for now. We could have it like that, and then we would have a hopper coming out of here. And this would be like your final storage. That would be super compact. We could have it like that. We do need to worry about, you know, how to get the redstone signal out. Yeah, it's not gonna work, is it? Pain! I guess we'll just move it back over a block. We'll just leave our dreams of compaction and the trash compactor. That's not gonna work. Okay, well, I guess we can't, you know, get it too much smaller. I mean, I'm sure we can somehow. But the problem is, I don't know how. How does it work? Basically, hopper minecart comes into the system. It grabs one item out of this, because, you know, that's how the item is configured. And then that pushes the hopper minecart over. And then it goes up. It gets unloaded of the extra excess items that we're using to configure the cart. Goes back up. We're supposed to have a hopper in here somewhere. I guess I need to do that still. And then it goes up and it gets unloaded. Hopper thingy go brr. Yeah, basically that's the, yeah, I should have just said that. I can't be in creative for the next minute. Well, that's pain and suffering. Ow. So, yeah, we need to change up this circuit right here. I don't know if there's any other way to do that. I'm sure there is. But if we change up how that circuit functions, especially the pushing upwards, I think that would solve a problem or several. I don't know how to do that, though. What happens if the hopper minecart is full? So the hopper minecart is configured... Do I have a summoning block over here somewhere? Yeah, here we go. Unflick that. So how we configure it is we fill it up with 4 filler items, just shovels or whatever, and then it only picks up less than a stack. So it can pick up like 62, 63 items. I would only trust going up to 62 because, you know, if there's a, you know, lag spike, then you might get up to 63, 64. Anyway, so it only picks up a single item type, meaning that it goes ahead and, you know, picks up that one item type from the chest. Virus and threat protection popped up again. Unauthorized changes blocked. I don't know why it's blocking Stream Deck or what Stream Deck is trying to do. You found 22 items to be the most optimal? I have questions about that because let's take a look at how the system actually works over here. So I can show you guys which one of these is the real one. There's so many. I think it's this one. So the system is like, it takes time between minecarts, right? And the time that it takes to dispense a new minecart is slower than the time that it takes for a hopper minecart to pick up items. Like, these things are 4 times hopper speed. So if we leave that out there for an extra second, it'll pick up like X number of items. Let's say like, you know, 6 extra items, 10, whatever. So by making this slower, it picks up more items. And then, yeah, I don't know. I was also considering, like, depending on how the system gets rebuilt, we could send 2 hopper minecarts through here, picking up one side and then the other side. I don't know if the hopper bug would necessarily affect that or what would happen. And if they both picked up the same item, it just sounds like pain, so I wasn't gonna pursue that particular idea. I do like pain, but I try to avoid it where possible. See, I mean, it picks up items really, really quickly when you got it in here. So I think it is worthwhile to have it stick around for a second or 2 longer just to pick up some more. Right? I don't know. Not to test it. See what happens. Stream Deck is trying to hack me. I mean, if they want to hack me, that's fine. They're a big enough company. They can afford a lawsuit. That's fine. I mean, they can hack me and, like, give me some new cool stuff that they're trying to develop. I don't know. I mean, they got some cool things. Elgato's pretty good. You can make it smart by having an observer read items being taken out of the double chest. That's facts. I think you would need a... Well, not necessarily. No, you wouldn't need a T flip-flop, would you? Because the second activation doesn't matter. Man, you got so many good ideas. Why'd you delete Minecraft? Go reinstall it. Come on. We need you. You have too many good ideas. Do I have like a system that's ready to go? I guess we could try it on this one. I'm going to save this slice. Do I have a structure block around here? That's not massive. Blank. Okay. Well, blank, come with me. Also, can I really say it's one wide tileable if this piston's pushing to the side? I could just make it point downwards, but I don't know how I feel about that. Should probably try the game again. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty okay. It's pretty decent. You might like it. Has its ups and downs. Kind of like ladders. Let's see. We're gonna do V4 slice. Okay. Yeah, so how do we want to do that? So basically you would have an observer reading that. Oh, is there still the bug where that is an issue? I think that is a bug. I want to test it real quick. I don't think it'll matter for this. So basically if you have an observer facing a double chest and there's items in that double chest, it'll pulse on relog. Kind of similar to powered redstone dust. So if we have a powered piece of redstone, I think that still pulses as well. So you gotta really avoid that. Target block instead of piston. Is he gonna? I hit like the button to do it. Load the world game. Yeah, they both pulsed. Blocks move. Yeah, pain. Not that it affects the system. Also, I think there would be some downtime because you need to get the item back into the chest. Oh. Okay, we're overcomplicating this. We're gonna move the chest to the left by a block. That'll save us a hopper and make this system right here like dead simple. So that goes over to there. Boom. And then you don't even need these filler items. And you get, oh my god, you're a genius. I need to hire you. Become my redstone consultant. That would actually be kind of a cool thing, wouldn't it? I think it kind of would be. I don't know of anyone that does that. Maybe Omengo guys? Because their whole group works on like redstone together. Yeah, there we go. Bam! Easy. I'm talking about the loading part that works too. Yeah, well, you know. Yeah, so all that can just go away. Brilliant. That should work, right? I think. We should probably test it on this mess. Oh, yeah, that just saves so much. I don't know why I didn't think about that, like, ever before. Oh, come on, you're not gonna do that? If you do it from left to right, it doesn't work, but if you do it from right to left, then it connects. Kind of annoying. One of those lovely quirks of the game. I use the song. Wanted to detect when the items went back into? Yes, that's fine. That is fine. Because it doesn't matter. We're not going to be sending hopper minecarts through at that rate. There's going to be like a delay in between carts. So by time the item goes back in, the next cart won't have arrived in the system yet. We can build that into the buffer. Right then, let's get a thing. Is that ready to go? It is. Boop. Brilliant. El Mango guys are crazy. They do so much crazy, insane stuff. They have been for like years. Years and years. Infernal, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How are you guys doing tonight? Yeah, look at this. See, this is why we do things on live streams, because then things get improved quite a bit. Or we get absolutely nothing done, and it's a horrible festival of just pain and suffering. But that's fine, too. Oh, I didn't have the item in it, did I? That one pick up number 18? No, it didn't. Okay. Yeah, because I didn't put the item in it. Yeah, so it will pulse twice, but that's fine. And that's really quick, too. That's going to reduce the timings of... Yeah, that's going to reduce our chances of it going to the wrong rail line, I think. Now, there is the issue of the hopper bug, the hopper minecart bug. So there's a bug with hopper minecarts where their hitbox is slightly misaligned. So if they are in this block, they might be able to pick up items from the chest over here. So we need to see what happens. That's why we need to build up a full array first. I don't... How did you... Okay, never mind. Okay, and then I broke that one too, jeez. Oh, and then I broke that. Jeez, come on now. Doing good, glad to hear it. Glad you checked. Yeah, welcome into the chaos. Yeah, we're not going to send minecarts in too quickly. We just need a couple second delay. It shouldn't actually be an issue. We shouldn't even need to slow down the system because the minecarts need time to pick up items anyway. I meant to use this setup for the minecart loading setup. When do we load the minecart? Because we haven't messed with the loading part yet, have we? I think this might work. If not, then we'll go back to what we had before. But if it does, it would be brilliant. But yeah, I do understand that, yeah, if we sent them in too quickly, that double pulse would ruin it. For sure. It wouldn't be like a catastrophic break, but it would put some items in the wrong chest, and then you'd probably end up with 2 minecarts on one pile. Also, look at this. Lovely stack of minecarts. It's the Leaning Tower of, whatchamacallit. Give me 1 second. Leaning Tower of minecart, yeah. Something like that. Oh, you changed it so it only sent in intervals? Is that what you changed? I was looking at this, I was wondering what changed. Oh, okay, yeah, I understand now. So that would pulse the minecart after X amount of time. Okay, for sure, yeah. I forgot to put items in this one. That was like 30 minutes ago, and it's still going. See, sometimes it gets double. I guess it's fine. It's gonna break it? It didn't break it. Okay, whatever. Magic. Oh, no, it did break it. Okay. With shovels. Yeah, this one had a weird issue where sometimes I would get shovels in here. Yeah. We do also need to build some delay into the system so that there's enough time for the minecart to unload. And thinking about it, that might be the reason why 20 items is the best. Okay, so now we need to figure out how to compactify this. We can't move the piston to there, obviously, but if we moved it to here, it also wouldn't work unless we uncompactified this. So if we scooted this whole thing back over a block and had this rail horizontal, then this ramp would be a block further over, and then we could do it there. It wouldn't change any height. It would just be... It would essentially act as if the piston was right here. So I guess we should do that. So then we can have it like this. And then... Now this is getting small. This is great. It's got a lever right there. In theory, I think that would work. I'm fine making it a block longer on the back because we just made it like 3 blocks shorter on the front. That's small. You get a full stack in 3 carts instead of 4? Fair enough. Break the minecart, eliminate the unload time. Yeah, I guess if we just broke the minecart, that would actually solve that too. But then you would have to get the minecart out of the system somehow. You would need either an allay, which I don't think would really help us here, or you need to have a non-stackable item filter. So an item categorizer is similar to a multi-item storage system. So with a multi-item storage system, every single slot of the chests on the front of your system needs to be filled up with an item. But with this system, we have one memory chest in the back, and then you have like 54 different items in that. And then those 54 items will all be sorted into the chest on the front. So your front chest just look like this, but you have 54 unique items sorted into here. It's really nice. We do break the minecarts to recycle them. So that's something we do to speed things up and make it nicer. Right then, let's go ahead and extend this backside. We really made some solid improvements to this thing tonight. Jeez. I mean, it's really getting there now. I didn't expect it to get like this small. Jeez. Gotta give something for the people to spend their resources on. Oh no, that one wouldn't be flat. It would be like this. And then we add another rail down there. So slight more expense. But we save like 3 blocks off the front, which I think is perfectly fine. Kind of like that. And then, yeah, we'll just keep on bringing it up. So we need to change up the item input. Hello, Captain. How you doing? Oh, is that what they use? Lava cauldrons? That makes sense. I thought it was campfires. I saw one of those in Mango's thumbnail. I have not watched his stuff in a long time, but I'm still subscribed because I've been subscribed to him since he had like 15,000 subscribers. That was like before I even started my channel. I want to try it out just because it sets you on fire when you go into the thing. Like, It's lava. It is real lava. It does the thing. So why can't we burn items in it? Or, you know, burn a minecart in it. Oh, I did that wrong. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, but you know what? Oh, no, it did break it. Okay. That's good. There's probably a way then. You just gotta glitch it up in there. And you can probably do that. I'm getting so distracted by this right now. That's the great thing about live streams. You can do whatever you want. Get distracted by everything. So if we just launch that in there, probably. No. There's a way to make a clip through blocks. I suppose we could just dump it in through the top, could we? Like the obvious way. It has to touch the lava though, so it has to like clip in through something. Burn! Why can't your hitbox be broken on the bottom? Oh, that might do it actually. Yeah, there we go. See, I figured it out. First try. First try's the charm. Right, so then if we put a bunch of items in there, that would do it. I love lava cauldrons. This is an OG Bedrock feature, by the way. We had this way before Mr. Fancy Java Pants over there. I'm not referring to anybody specific. Oh yeah, look at that. Does it kill the cart though? I think it kills the cart. Yeah, it kills the cart item. It shouldn't do that. I don't think it should do that. It's plausible, but stupid. I guess if you got the money to burn, it's probably touching the lava. That's what's doing it. Burns the items too, unless you're like 240,000 blocks away from 0, 0. You know the exact. The lava cauldron on top of the rail. Nah, nothing. Sadness. I'm sure it's plausible. Anyway, we're not even. This is not even anything at all relevant to what we're trying to do right now. I mean, it's kind of along the same lines of like, you know, doing stuff like that, but no. So we're gonna make this one our solid block, and then we'll put our lever into here. And then we just get our activator rail to deactivate it. We need to deactivate it because otherwise with a 1Y tileable system like this, or even a 2Y tileable system, either way, the minecarts could grab from each other when they're like falling and doing things. So just deactivate them. Works great. So that looks pretty good. We just need to get these items back into there. So we could just put another hopper. That seems simple enough to me. Oh no, it takes 2 hoppers now. Sadness. I wonder if we put the hopper right there, if it would work. Do you think it'll go through that block? Put your guesses in the chat, and no. Well, I guess that was pretty obvious. That was not gonna work. Well, I mean, if we move this to the left, okay, Okay, I get what you're saying now. Yeah, but anyway, I was thinking, like, if we move this to the left, then we're just back to where we started. Because I moved all this to the left to block so that we can move that to the left. So that if we have to move this back to the left, we're just right back where we started. But yeah, that actually would... Yeah, no, you smart. Stop being so smart. Jeez. You know what? We don't even need to pick block this anymore because there's no items in there. Oop. Now, see, yeah, see, now we're back to where we started with the same issue. You know what? I don't know. I don't think that's actually an issue. Yeah, I don't think that's an issue. I don't think that's an issue. Okay, so we're just right back where we started, but we're just realizing that that's not actually an issue. Okay, well, that's cool. Because that's gonna activate before the minecart's even there, so like whatever, right? And we kind of needed to pulse that anyway to get rid of the empty cart. Okay, well, congratulations. We're back where we started. That's great. So this piston right here extends, so we do need that to be a block high. It's silly, but it's necessary. Also, I think this up here is all set up right. Is that... That's not good enough. Okay, hold up. Is that actually going to land right there? Yeah, okay, it lands perfectly still. Okay. So this will pulse before it gets there, which will clear the empty cards. So that's good. And then we still have room to run... Yeah, we still have room to run a redstone line right here if we want to manually pulse these before the system activates. We just need to move this lever. And we would move that lever to literally anywhere else. Probably above the system, because you had it like this. See, like, minecarts are stupid. It shouldn't be able to go through that. It goes through it perfectly fine in this situation. Go up. So go up. Up, 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 go. You see, it goes right through it. It's silly. Sometimes they get stuck on them, and they shouldn't. Yeah. Yeah, I know we're overtime. Whatever. We're getting stuff done. Let's see. Yeah, this should be perfectly fine. We just let it, yeah, okay. It's actually good that it does that. It's a feature. It's not a bug. It's a feature. We're pulling a Mojang developer here. And you know what? We're doing it in style. And you know what? There's a critical way to make the system cheaper. Slab. Oh, there you go. Slab. Just like that. And then we'll just have a couple of lines like that. Okay, there you go. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 blocks from 22. And it's, you know, twice as dense. It's almost as dense as I am. That's pretty good. Well, there we go. Is there anything else we can do to it? I mean, besides not use minecarts. I do have another system that uses minecart, or doesn't use minecarts. I think you might actually really like that one, Kiryu. Blow it up. Okay. That is something that we can legitimately do. Look how long this structure block is. We're like all the way out here. Don't need any of that stuff anymore, jeez. My void line for where we were testing is now where the chests are. That's a good sign. Let's see. Was it 15? Yeah, there we go. It doesn't render the chest on the front of this. It's kind of dumb. Why did it add those blocks to the back? Save. Thank you. Okay, let's blow it up. Blow it up for content. We're gonna go a ways. We're gonna go a ways away. When we blow things up, we don't do it small. Is this actually gonna work? Oh, the rails didn't get too messed up. That's not horrible. They just got totally ruined. That's about acceptable. How do we want to do this? Something like that? Nah, that's not good enough. Hold up. No. I can do better than that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for leading you on with such pathetic amounts of TNT. There we go. Now we're talking a little bit better. For all the pain and suffering you have caused me, that I've actually really enjoyed, you are sentenced to many boom. Oh, this is on my laptop. Oh, oops. It's guaranteed going to fly off into the unloaded chunks behind me and blow up the other systems. Also enjoy my lovely, like, 12 frames per second. Nah, that's not 12. That's like 3. Oh, there we go. Laptop's not having a good time, is it? I didn't think it was that much TNT. Extreme boom. It's not an extreme boom unless it's really, really giving you low frames. There we go. It's figuring it out. Oh. And look at that, it survived. That's so cool. It's blast proof, everybody. Because it's literally still there. That's great. Blew up the bedrock. Okay. Somebody clip that. I didn't hit record. Oh, I have a replay buffer. Oh, look at that. That's gonna be way louder now. Did it actually save that? I don't want to... Oh, here we go. Save replay. I can turn that into a short. It saved it. Yes. Yeah, so that's pretty dead. So we're not going to go over there quite yet. We're going to go ahead and do a kill at E type equals... I think it's just TNT. That should do the unexploded TNT, right? Target's magic selector. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. No, hold up. Brown mushroom. What even are you doing? Command block. Thank you. It's still a bit laggy. Like, there's definitely some explosions happening to our sides. So if we try and blow this up right now, that shouldn't do anything. Blow up this mushroom. Excuse me? Oh, oops. There we go. Okay, that'll do it. Good thing we tested that. Well, I'll bring you with me, actually. Oh, yeah. Did it render in and do problems? No, I think these blocks are just from what we did. Okay. There's got to be some TNT over here. Oh, there's no TNT. That's sad. Are categorizers faster than multi-item sorters? It depends. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some really fast multi-item sorters out there. They're just a different way of doing it so that you don't need to lay out blocks for... Oh, it's the items that are laggy. Yeah, it's just a different method of doing it. Hope you don't have a screen reader on. A lot of dirt. So much dirt. Dirt, 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 dirt. Yes, I'm dumb. I've said it like 30 times this stream. You should know that by now. Anyway, yeah, this looks really solid. That's pretty good. That really came a long way. I guess I'll send you the world, Clay, if you want to work on it. I don't know how much more there is to work on. I mean, there's so little dead space in this now. We technically need to add in the activator to like right there. That doesn't even need to be glass. This could all be solid blocks right here. That could be a solid block too. There we go. Okay, I think it's done. Technically, there's a couple places that we could have some slabs. I mean, you know, all these 4 could be slabs. These 3 could be slabs. That could probably be a slab. I don't really care though. Whatever. TNT, my own bases, and TP. Maybe. Anyway, so I want to show the other item sorters that we have. That makes sense, yeah, for the same item. That's fair. Okay, so we have 2 other systems that we're working on. We have a lot of systems in the works right now. So we got this dude, which I think I might have broken because we unloaded the chunks. So this is a tiny, tiny, tiny multi-item sorter. And it's about as simple as you can really get it. Items go up and around and down and through. It's just a redstone line. I mean, that's about all there is to it. We tossed in 4 stacks of items, so we missed 2. I think that was because I was like flying around. So this is that one, and then the other one that I'm working on is this item categorizer. And this is like your medium scale one, but I really like the redstone for how this turned out. I mean, look how tiny that is. That's the actual circuit for like categorizing your items. I think that turned out great. No T flip-flops, no shenanigans. The observer might be of use here, but then you need a T flip-flop, I think. So that would get kind of more expensive. But yeah, it works out great. So let's grab some items. There's no items to grab. Let's do a die. Is this set up at all? Sort of. We're gonna do a yellow die. Just works. Oh, done. Oh, oops, I'm stupid. Hold up, I'm stupid. You're supposed to leave that out, because that's when it gets picked up by the minecart. Yeah, so all the items go down to your middle. Did I set up the hoppers right? I don't think I did. broke something. I definitely broke something. The other one works. Where do my items go? I think I broke the repeaters. Oh, the repeaters are supposed to be on Vortex. Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm stupid. Should be my catchphrase. Take the yellow out of there. Yeah, it's supposed to hold it in that hopper. Oh, there's more in these hoppers too. Okay. Slight shenanigan. Now is it ready? Yeah, okay. Here we go, jeez. Yeah, so it gets held in the hopper instead of going into it. And then once it's fully done, then it releases it. It just works great. Tutorial tomorrow? Not tomorrow, no. Yeah, it's a type of item sorters, you know. I've explained it like 55 times tonight. I need to make a little little prompt for the chat. I think that'd be better because I've explained it differently every single time that I've said it. Anyway, so the basic redstone of that is super simple, but then you want to get your minecart out of here, the timing for that, and then the unloading of that. It's a bit of a shenanigan. So really the core system is simple, and the left side is fairly simple, and then the right side is fairly simple, but you put it all together and it looks like a spaghetti mess. Anyway, Clay, this is the system that I was gonna be using for the one wide tileable system, but I like your bubble columns a lot more. We want the tree farm soon. I know. I'm gonna have a lot of tutorials coming out in April. April's the month. It's the month of tutorials. Have you seen those scare you? I'm sure you probably have seen something like it. Works pretty good. So that would have worked for getting the minecarts where they needed to go. I'm not sure how I would have set that up to the chest, but it doesn't matter anymore, does it? Does not matter. It's also directional, and the rail lines are a pain. But the new one is like so much nicer. It's gonna be great. This was a very valiant effort, but I think that system is still great for other things, just not particularly this system. And then these are decent too for simpler ways. This one's horrible. It works, but it's horrible. Mangrove tree farm, please, soon. Did the universal tree farm break that bad? No, just because I release a new tutorial doesn't mean the old ones are bad. I have a whole what do you call it? Spreadsheet for tracking all of the different tutorials in. And then I also have a working playlist on YouTube, so everything in that playlist is like guaranteed TM and working, unless there's just a brand new update, in which case anything goes. But yeah, like all my tree farms still work. The universal still works. If you build it in the plains, it might get stupid beehives in it because, so don't build it in the plains. That might break it. But that's just the game being dumb. And then the azalea tree farm, that still works. This is fully automatic wood, by the way. Like it grows trees for you. Like it literally just grows an azalea tree for you whenever it gets an azalea bush. See, there you go. Bam. It's so cool. It's fully automatic wood. It's not like super OP because the trees are tiny and you don't get a bush every time. Are they actually called bushes? They're just called azalea. Really? Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, that still works. And then what else we got over here? We got the dark oak tree farm, a beast of a farm from Zulson. That still works. The spruce tree farm still works. And the mangrove tree farm is a universal tree farm that works for everything. The azalea tree farm does not have an acacia mode. But you know what? Acacia's horrible, so whatever. If you built it in the end, chances are there's probably a chunk border or something. Chunk borders will just ruin your life. Everything about chunk borders is horrible. They should be removed from Minecraft. You built it, then you didn't know what to do. That's a good problem to have. Good problem to have. Oh man, I gotta make like 2 other tutorials too. I want to make a big, like super fast item sorter for like mega farms. That should be pretty simple. Probably do like 2 or 3. It would be similar to this one. You do like 2 or 3 item sorters of the same type. So like 3 of stone, 3 of cobble, 3 of dirt, as an example. More likely you'd have like 3 gunpowder, bone, string. That would be useful for like your guardian farms and your raid farms, your big mega farms that produce a lot of stuff. Just kind of a universal storage system that you could build for anything. And then I want to do a raid farm specific storage system because raid farms give you so much junk. And you know what? It's good to have a storage system for it. Anyway, that's all on the slate for April. I'm going to try and do a lot more tutorials in April. And then we're going to do a technical live stream every single Tuesday. That way we can design more things because as you can see, they're quite productive, even though they're a pain. We're having to be warden. That's going to do it for the end of the stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys have had a great night tonight. And if you have enjoyed, then click the links in the chat, of which there is many. Subscribe on YouTube. Join our Discord. Follow me on Twitter. Or don't. Twitter's worse somehow. It got worse. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to end by rating someone, as we always do. So I'll see you guys over in Dadcraft's stream. You guys know the deal. Drop a follow on his channel if you enjoy his content. Say hi to him. Tell him where you came from. And have yourselves a great night, everybody. I love your faces. I'll see you on the Thursday live stream, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard, 8:30 Eastern, late UK, early Australian. And then there was Soylence.